Hello, hello beautiful tribe. It's Karina, and today I'm going to answer a question from Ask Karina. And this question is, how do we balance direction, people pleasing, and contentment? So if you're someone who struggles with balance, if you're maybe feeling overwhelmed or anxious or resentful, then keep watching. This video is for you. This is such a good question, and they actually tie together quite well. So before we dive in though, let's settle in. So you might make yourself comfortable, get some tea or some water, and we'll take a deep breath in through our nose. Exhale, let a sigh happen, like a yeah. We'll do that again. Deep breath in through the nose. And let a sigh happen on the exhale. Last one like that. Deep breath in, sip it in, sip it in. Scrunch up your face, shrug your shoulders, hold your breath, and exhale, sigh it out. And then as best as you can, really come fully into your body and just set your intention here to receive the highest valuable possible for you at this time. So such a good question, right? I certainly know I've struggled with this one. How do I balance people pleasing, having direction, and contentment? And so what I'd like to do is unpack these kind of separately, and I think through that process you'll see how they weave together. And the first thing, kind of the energy of the heart that holds all of this, is a deep commitment to your own wellness, to your own well-being. And so all of the things that I'm going to suggest, really at their heart, at their root, they come from this place within, a deep desire for you to be well. David White says, we all have a patent. We're born with a patent. And it's our purpose to express that patent in the world, to express ourselves fully as we are. And if we're not doing that, we can feel really dissatisfied and kind of hollow and empty. And so let this be a way for you to uncover what your unique patent is, if you don't know what that is yet. And so let's begin with the first one, contentment. How do we find contentment amidst the busyness of our everyday life? And my answer to this question is what it often is, but we need, including myself, many, many reminders. This present moment is the source of our contentment. Whenever we're wanting to be somewhere else, whenever we're 10 steps ahead in our thinking, whenever we're lost in some worry or some rehashing or remembering of the past, or even whether we're lost in some idea or some story about the present moment, we can't be content. Because our happiness, as Howard Cohen talks about, he talks about suspended happiness. Because we're suspending our happiness. Most of us do this all the time. You might just check this out right now in your own life. How are you waiting? How are you waiting to be fulfilled and happy and content in your life? Are you waiting for the perfect job? Are you waiting for that vacation? Are you waiting to get those next 5 things done off your list? Are you waiting for your partner to shape up? Are you waiting for your kids to behave? What false idea of your life are you holding on to in your mind of how things should be? So just take a moment with that and just sense the areas in your life where you might be leaning forward. not really here, not really present. And then when we notice that, the doorway to contentment is here in this moment, like right now. Whatever you're doing, you might just take a breath, feel your body. This body is always here. Whenever we can fill it with our attention, we become more present. Brighten up your senses. What do you see? What do you taste? What do you smell? What do you hear? And then as best as you can you be here? And if you're doing something, doing the laundry, doing some work, I don't know, making a Facebook post, teaching a yoga class, having a conversation with your partner, having lunch with your kids, can you just do that? Can you just do that? And not let the mind take you off into some imagined scenario of the future. Often the source of our discontent is our untrained mind. And so we really want to develop a process or a practice for both noticing when the mind wanders off into a million different directions, kind of planning, remembering, rehashing, worrying, comparing, judging, analyzing. And then your job is always the same. It's just to come back right now to this moment in your body, wake up to your senses, and then be here and be with whatever you're doing fully and completely. Not suspending your happiness for some future moment, not suspending your life for some future moment. This breeds contentment, deep satisfaction and contentment. And the best way to train the mind is to meditate, period. Meditate, mindfulness meditation. I have many videos on YouTube, you can check them out. Hopefully you can meditate every day. Mindfulness meditation is a wonderful way to kind of to bring the mind out of the illusion of thoughts and bring it right here into this moment, which is the source of our joy, which is the birthplace of everything we long for. And so check out my YouTube videos. I have an upcoming workshop, a 4-week workshop that I'm super excited about. I'll post more information about that under this video if you'd like to check that out. It's a 4-week meditation course, an intensive, and it's really good. And so if you've been wanting to establish a meditation practice, or you've tried meditating but you don't think you can, or you're confused, or you don't think you're doing it right, or it hasn't helped you, or the list could be endless, I encourage you to come. Okay, the second thing I wanted to talk about is direction. And this relates somewhat to purpose, which is what I hinted at in the David White comment about the patent. For our direction to feel like it's in balance with who we really are, we need to get really clear about what the heck our purpose is and what we're doing. So if we're having lunch with our partner, if we're applying for a new job, if we are writing a book, if we are, I don't know, whatever your thing is, whatever you're doing, whatever you're engaging in, you want to know what your purpose is in that. What's your true heartfelt intention? And when you feel into that, for example, if I'm working with my clients, my deepest intention is always they open up to the deepest levels of healing that they can, that they are able to inhabit their life with ease, with joy, with passion, with purpose. And so before I have sessions with my clients, I always anchor into that intention. And this drives my direction. It drives the direction of the session. It drives the direction of what I say. It drives the direction of my life. And so if I am aligned and I know what my deepest intention is or my purpose is with any activity that I'm doing, and I'm following through with that, I sense that there's a direction in my life. We feel directionless when we don't have intention. Another thing with direction is sometimes, and this could be true for a lot of you, because a lot of you are like visionaries and you're healers and you're like really powerful people, really powerful like beings on the planet. You're highly sensitive. Many of you are empaths. And so we can get really fired up about new ideas and new directions and new things to do and new places to go, especially if you're an artist, for example, too. So many of you are artists in different ways in here. So again, that's another way that we get too lost in where we're going and we get too far ahead of ourselves. We lose contentment, and then we also lose direction, because if we're shooting too far ahead, we can't really plan the path. We can't put one foot in front of the other. We get overwhelmed. A lot of times we might just give up. And so we want to ask ourselves, what is our purpose in this moment, in this activity? Know what that is, and then give your whole being to that, whatever it is, whatever that is. So bring intention into your activities, no matter what they are, will provide that sense of direction for you. And that just feels good. It feels so good to live on purpose, it feels so good. And then the last thing I want to talk about is people pleasing. Holy cow. Man, I was listening to Oprah the other day, and she calls it the, I think it's like the need to please, or I don't know, she had a different word for it or different few words for it, but it was addressing this people pleasing thing that I totally still do sometimes, although I'm getting a lot better at it. I am absolutely a recovering people pleaser. And this can actually get in the way of our contentment and our direction if our purpose for doing things is coming from a place of not wanting to upset, offend, disappoint, not wanting to be judged. Because then we will, if we're caught in that trance of wanting to please, we'll disregard our intention, our deep heartfelt intention, and we'll disregard what our purpose is or our direction so that we can please. And this can be really powerful. I mean, this can take your whole life over. It did for me for a time. And so the best way to work with people pleasing, I'll give you an example. Let's say that you work with somebody and some of you may actually work with someone like this, who's critical, harsh, judgmental. Or maybe you have someone in your life who's like this. And so I'm bringing up this type of person because often us people pleasers, these are the types of people that we have the most trouble with. People who are judgmental, people who are critical, and we sense that feeling, right? And we don't want to disappoint them because they'll get angry, they'll abandon us. We have all these beliefs about what could happen if we disappoint them. And so we have this sense of walking on eggshells, never revealing who we really are. And we wind up feeling resentful, irritated, depressed, our energy gets zapped. All kinds of things can happen when we're lost in the trap of people pleasing. And so this is the best remedy that I've used to work with this. Again, using your awareness, being aware, bringing your mindfulness to bear. Notice when that feeling arises within you that comes right before you do something to people please. Someone said something to you. They've talked to you in a tone. They've asked you for something. I don't know what it is they've done, but they've said something. They've made a request, and you feel those feelings. You feel scared. You feel angry. You feel tight, constricted. You feel like you want to hide or run. You feel like you want to fight. Any of those things could happen. But notice when that kind of icky feeling arises. And that's often, our people pleasing is a way for us to not feel that icky feeling. It's also a way for us to avoid the fear that we have of being abandoned. And so what you want to do is just notice those icky feelings, bring a hand to your heart, and bring some soothing words to that small one within you who feels the need to people please. You might want to start by forgiving yourself for being a people pleaser. Because many of us we're people pleasers, and then we feel bad about ourselves for being people pleasers. So forgiveness to the people pleaser within you. It's likely coming from an old wounded place, a little one within you that she just wants your love, or they just want your love. So put your hand on your heart and then offer that icky feeling some support and kindness from your now adult self. It's gonna be okay, Find words that would be soothing for you in this situation. It's going to be okay. You're not going to be abandoned. It's okay to say no. Whatever it is for you, like find out what those words are and then offer those words to yourself as a way to soothe the feeling rather than engaging the behavior and going ahead and doing the people-pleasing thing so that you can avoid that icky feeling altogether. And then it just is replaced by other icky feelings that are a little more tolerable, but that over time present a chronic stressor on our nervous systems. So that is the medicine for people-pleasing. It is not an easy pill to swallow. When you stop engaging that habit of giving people what they want or what you think they want, it can feel really scary and shaky, and hence the need to bring yourself kindness and care and remind yourself that it's okay to say no. It's okay to say what it is you need to say. It's okay to walk away. Whatever it is that you're doing, reminding yourself that it's okay to do that, and then not doing that behavior, kind of sitting on your hands or putting away your phone or taking a walk or just anything you can do not to engage the people-pleasing behavior but tending to the feeling underneath. Over time, that practice will begin to dissolve that habit of people-pleasing. So I hope that was helpful. Just a little recap. Contentment. We want to bring presence, mindfulness, be in your senses, and just be with that one activity as best as you can. Give yourself wholeheartedly to it. And to cultivate that capacity, meditation. On my YouTube channel, any other meditations that you might do, mindfulness is preferable because other types of meditation doesn't have the research backed behind it. Mindfulness just, it works. So would be my suggestion. And if you want a deeper dive, join me the second Saturday of October. It's the beginning of our 4-week course in mindfulness meditation for self-love. And I'd love to have you. I'll leave more information below about that. Number 2, direction. Find out what your intention and your purpose is and what you're doing with your time in your everyday life. And if you don't know what that is, take some time to figure it out. And then set that intention and move from there. And that will give you a sense that you have direction in your life, that you're moving forward in a way that is aligned with the truth of who you are. And then the last thing, people-pleasing. Bringing mindfulness to bear when those icky feelings arise in response to somebody else's actions towards you, and tolerating the icky feelings by bringing loving kindness and care to them and not engaging the behavior. And this over time will dissolve the people pleaser. Remember again though, it takes time and practice and patience and so much love for yourself. These are old patterns, you guys. These are old patterns that you've been living with for a long time. Likely your parents had them too, or one of them did at least. And so it's familial, and be patient and kind with yourself. That's it for now. I'm so happy to be back with you all. Sending you so much love and many, many blessings. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And that way you can get updates on all of these. You can get these videos right when they're released. If you're not on my newsletter list, there's a link below for that as well. That way you can get these videos and teachings sent to you directly and you won't miss them. All right? Much love and many blessings. Namaste.